Hey guys, it's Christian here today, bringing you a brand new video on this. I think it's sunny today. It's actually not. It's fucking raining. And this gloomy Christchurch morning. This video is a day late because yesterday was an absolute fucking nightmare down here. Had the missus jump into a box, doing big box jumps, had both her shins open, had to take her to the emergency room, hospital, whatever, to get it sorted. So she's a bit salty at me for that. Like it's my fucking fault she jumped into a box. Anyway, so I had that going, had to meet with a couple of new online clients. That was exciting, really enjoying this online meeting with these new online clients. Quite fun. Picked up some new flags for Parish. That was also pretty good. And then had to go do my own training. Did some squats, some burpee box, some deadlifts. Yes, that's right for you fuckers that say I don't do CrossFit. Plot twist, your boy does do CrossFit. I just squat more often and more than you guys. So, first things first, getting some coffee in here, that is actually Facebook going off. That is just people not leaving me fucking alone. I'm just joking. I love all you guys. Message me as much as you want. First things first, getting into a big thank you for everyone who watched last week's video, 3 tips for effective programming. The amount of feedback and support I got from that video was absolutely overwhelming. I just want to say thank you to every single one of you who took the 10 minutes out of your day to sit and listen to what I have to say. I really, really do appreciate it. If you didn't watch the video, the link for the YouTube channel will be in the description and Facebook. Feel free to go have a look at it. If you like it, feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel. There'll be new videos every week. Alright, so a big thank you to that. These messages, man. Okay, so getting that liquid confidence in there. Getting ready to do some boob day today, some bench. It's gonna be exciting. I think I'm running today. But anyway, gotta work on those weaknesses, at some stage. At some point I'll probably fucking have to. Anyway, so here we go, into today's topic. I decided to talk a little bit about the competitive CrossFit scene. It's something that I've been, thinking of for quite some time now. It originally originated when I did Battle of the Fittest last year, and I came back and I wrote that article. For those of you who read my blog, that article is CrossFit Breaking Your Bank. For those of you who didn't read it, I'll post the link to the article in the description. I wrote that article basically just talking about how great event it was. Shout out to Alex. It's fucking primo event. Really well organized. Great facility. Great facility with ASB Arena's facility. Awesome competitors. The caliber of athletes was absolutely amazing. But I also talked about the shocking movement that I saw from a lot of these top level athletes. I would look at the top 10 there, and it was just, you look at some of them, like the snatch ladder. Oh man, my eyes were bleeding. Like there was blood coming out of my eyes. Shoulder over bar hop workout. Oh man, there was some funky shit going down. Front squat, hands and push up workout. That quick 3-minute workout. Oh man, it was shocking. Anyway, so I came back, wrote an article about it. Article got really good reviews and everything, so I got quite a bit of feedback, so I thought I would delve a little bit deeper into that and talk about it. Now, some of you may be wondering, why am I talking about the competitive community? Alright, so as we know, the competitive community for CrossFit is only about 1%, of the total markup. Which is probably true. I think it's a little bit more than that in New Zealand, but anyway, like it's not the vast majority of people that do CrossFit don't tend to compete in it. But that being said, the reason I'm talking about the competitive community is because even though it's only 1%, that 1% of the competitive community is still a form of advertising, is still a poster boy, if you want to say it, for the CrossFit community in general. Although the amount of people on the platform competing is only a small amount, the amount of people that watch it, the amount of views, the spectatorship surrounding the competitions is far larger. If we look at some of the bigger competitions like the IA Invitational, that's huge. As I said, the Big Boys Toys, the Battle of the Fittest, that's really, really big. The Wellington Cup, well, man, they get like really good athletes from overseas to come watch. That's primo. Any other good comps they can think of on top of my head? Hawke's Bay Open. No, that used to be good. That's rubbish now. That used to be good. What's the other? I can't think of any other. Anyway, there's a couple of big comps. A lot of people watch that comp. They show up. They come see it and they think, oh man, wow, that's really inspiring, that's really challenging, etc., etc. Next Monday, boom, then the local CrossFit box, and we've introduced someone new into the community. They tell their friends. It's a whole snowball effect. So if competition wasn't good for CrossFit, they wouldn't run the CrossFit Games. All right, competition definitely, it helps strengthen the community that is already CrossFit, and it brings new people into that community. With all of that being said, it ever so often it does seem to go the other way, where people, this average Joe, John, is going to Big Boys Toys. He's going to go check out the promo girls. He wants to get some free gifts from the promo girls because he wants to see them in short skirts and tight tops. Goes there, walks past the arena where we're competing. He looks at there, sees all the RX females competing. He's like, hey, more promo girls. So he goes over there to go and watch, and he sees CrossFit. And one of two things is going to happen. He's either going to think, wow, that's really cool. What is this? I want to get into that. Or he's going to think to himself, what the fuck is going on here? Like, I want nothing to do with this. And either one of those two decisions are going to come off of how it looks to him what he's watching, how the athlete's moving, how's they been organized, etc., etc., etc. So that's why I've decided to have a quick chat about this, the competitive side of things, because the last couple of months I've been working more and more and more with competitive exercises, all right? The people the competitive CrossFitians, all right, the people that decide to do this for fun and compete in the local events. I've been dealing more and more with them. The people that move up into regionals, I've had the privilege to work with some of them, and it's pretty shocking once you kind of delve deeper into that. I never used to give a fuck. I kind of used to do my own thing. I used to squat by myself, and I never used to care. But the more and more I spend time with them, the more I kind of feel obliged to step in and say something and see if there's anything we can do. Here's the thing: there seems to be quite a bit of irregularities as for most of the top level competitive CrossFitters as far as strength numbers go and movement efficiencies. So we're having a lot of top level CrossFitters, these high caliber athletes, these big guns, with things like patellar tendonitis, a lot of hip problems, back problems, shoulder issues. And the problem is these people tend to get re-injured. Like, I understand injury is part of movement. I'm not oblivious to trust me, I'm well aware of it. I'm just saying it seems to be very often, and it seems to be recurring quite a bit. So the same athletes always seem to be injured, and they seem to be re-injuring themselves, which is just a sign of ineffect. Whatever they're doing is not working. Right, it's not as effective as it could be. So at the end of the day, I will always support the space that I operate in. Like I said, the competitive scene is a space that I operate in, and that is the lifeblood. It's a big part of our community. So obviously, I will support that for its own sake. This is what this video is about. I was basically just getting really, really sick and tired of seeing these healthy 21, 25, 27-year-old males and females constantly injured. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. I have 53-year-old members at Parish that have less injuries, that have less aches and pains than these 20, 21, 25, 27-year-olds. And you're like, whoa, something must be wrong. And I mean, you guys must feel that way as well. If you're sitting here thinking, man, I'm sitting here, I've got a sore hip, my knees are aching, my shoulders, you must thinking, fuck, what's wrong? Because I exercise often, I eat my vegetables, I go to bed early, I do yoga. Like, why am I injured? Like, this is not what's supposed to be happening. So what I've basically been doing for the last couple of months, I've put together a program called Move Strong, where it's basically I work with athletes and we address movement as well as strength. What I tend to see with a lot of these athletes that I work with is very big strength imbalances. And when I say strength imbalances, I mean they tend to power clean more than they can clean, power snatch more than they can snatch. They tend to have either deadlifts very close to their back squat or deadlifts so way over their back, like deadlifting 250 and not being able to squat 180 on a good day. That's too far. People who can push press more than that, or pretty much the same as they can jerk. You know what I'm talking about? These front squats really close to back squat, overhead squat, far more than they can front squat. These strength imbalances are not healthy. Like, okay, it might sound fun around the campfire where you're sitting there, everyone's having this. Oh, I can always go more like a front squat. Like it sounds funny and everything, but it's a dumb idea, guys. It's not efficient or effective. So what we've done is I've had a look at, you know, some of the training parameters that some of these athletes work. You know, what are they currently doing, and you know, how can we do to fix it? Because here's the logic. If you can only front squat 140 and you can clean 135, it means your clean is very efficient. But let's say one day you're 10 Red Bulls in and 4 Panadols, you clean and jerk 140. Guess what, sunshine? You're not doing more than 140 for a very long time. All right, the logic there needs to be, you need to get your front squat up so that there's a buffer, you know, between your clean and jerk and your clean specifically and your front squat. Same goes with you know, your back squat. You know, the easiest way to get your Olympic lift up is going to be to get your absolute strength numbers up first. You know, get your front squat up, get your back squat up first. Look at Hayden Pritchard, for example. He came from a powerlifting background. He clears the closet as a CrossFitter. Let's all be fucking honest. Anyway, he does CrossFit now. I think I had a chat to him about all the fittest. He started doing Catalyst Athletics, which is a program I followed a while ago. The kid put on, like, I don't say kid, the guy, he's married and everything. The guy put on like I don't know, he snatched like over 100 in a couple of weeks. All right, he was able to make so much progress in such a short period of time because his strength threshold is so high. Like, this guy is just so much stronger than what he was doing. He just looked like a 12-year-old kid driving around a Ferrari, to be honest. He was just throwing the weight up. It was insane to watch. And, you know, that should really be a testimony to everyone. Like, the easiest way to get your numbers up is going to be just build those base numbers up higher. And I went and had a look at what the program is for, you know, these what these competitive exercises were doing. They were doing too much. Like, you look at their programming, they weren't really practicing anything, because practicing a movement by definition means you have to do it often enough to allow the adaptation to take place. Whereas the people were it looked too varied, to the point where variance started resembling randomness. You know, up to 35 to 52 different exercises in a week. Like I'm not going to teach you 52 different ways to throw a fucking ball. You're not going to get good at throwing a ball. You need to pick this one way 52 times. It's like that Bruce Lee Hall, you know, don't practice 10,000 kicks, practice one kick 10,000 times. Same principle. If we look at the type of exercises that I would advise for people, would be your basic exercises first. You know, your back squat, front squat, your bench press, strict press, your deadlift. All right, then from there you build your pyramid. Okay, you add your Olympic lifts and your etc. 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 Here's the logic: if you can't do the most basic barbell exercise, which is the barbell back squat, if you can't proficiently perform a barbell back squat, how are you, like, what are you doing anything else? Like no wonder you're struggling with your snatch and clean and jerk. Right, because you're struggling with the most basic exercise, which is the barbell back squat. If you're doing it really strong, the barbell back squat is really good for getting you really strong, because you can move a very large amount of weight over a very great distance. You know, like, there's a lot of muscle groups engaged over a very great active distance with the most amount of load. Like, you can do single-legged squats until you're blue in the face. You're not going to be able to do single-legged squats at 200 kilos. Like, and if you can squat back squat a lot more. Again, the load will always be more with the back squat. Same with the deadlift, guys. We're just doing too much and not, you know, sticking to those basics. So this is basically what this video is. I am extending an open invitation. Like you see from this title, I want to help you. I am literally sending an open invitation to any person who is competing or who wants to compete. If you're struggling, if you're someone with all these fucked up strength ratios and your shit's all snapped up and you have sore knees and sore hips and everything, I want to help you, right? I want you to pause this video, go on Facebook, message me on Facebook, comment on this video. I will give you my number. My number is 021-778-837. Like, message me, call me, I will call you back. You know, I really, really want to help you. I want to support the space that I operate in. At the end of the day, this type of support is what's going to push the whole thing forward. Like, I don't want to see this community die. At the end of the day, this is sport we all love. We all love to do it, all right? So I want to encourage and push this forward. You know, at the end of the day, we're all in the same game. You know, we're all playing the same game. We have one common enemy, and that's the couch. So I really want to help you guys. Please just stop what you're doing. Message me. I will help you to the best of my abilities. We can, analyze movement as much as you want. I will help you with anything that I can. I have the track record down here with the athletes to show you guys that what we do works. Right? It's not complicated. It's not difficult. It's just basics. We do basics really, really well, and that should be, if you can't do the basics well, then what the fuck are you doing? It's just as simple. It's just as simple as that. I just don't want you guys to get fucked over on a bad deal. It's that simple. That's simple. I'm gonna go sip of this coffee quickly. I finished that up. I think that's pretty much all I want to say. At the end of the day, when you get tired in competition and your technique starts to fade off a little bit, which is almost natural. Just remember, strength makes up for poor technique. It always does. You're less like a knee that can withstand a correctly performed barbell basketball with 200 kilos will always be better off than a knee that can't. Right? A midline that can withstand a 250 kilo, 300 kilo deadlift will always be better off than one that can't. When you front squat 200, Fran's a lot easier. When you clean and jerk 160, Grace is a lot easier. When you snatch 130, it's about as fun. Like it's how it works. It's not a difficult or complicated conversation, right? So I want to help you guys. Please stop what you're doing. Get in contact with me. We'll do the best we can. This is free of charge. I really, really want to support the space that we operate in. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching this video. I know it went a bit longer than it should have, but I had a lot to say. I like listening to my own voice. So that is going to be it for today. Got to go do some boob day today. Get the chesticles working. And I will see you guys next week. Alright, stay safe, stay humble. Don't take life too seriously. Go do your squats and get in contact with me. Have a great day. Cheers.